Alright guys, so, what the fuck? Why is it broken? Please try again later. What kind of bullshit is that? Alright, so, I think this is working now. Alright, so, check this out. So, Tug ended up doing a video just recently, and I heard about it in the Discord, and so I have decided that we needed to go ahead and go over it, and I'll do my own response video. So I ended up seeing a response video by Chambers, and it was a great response video, but this is one of those times you want to call people idiots live on air, and so here we are. So without further ado, let's go ahead and watch this video. I have not at this point watched it through to the end, but we're going to go ahead and do it, and I'll just stop and give some color commentary while we're at it.
Well, I love that umbrella guy.
My wife and I love that umbrella guy. Oh, we love that umbrella guy.
So if you love that umbrella guy too, well, what should they be doing?
Hit that bell for notifications, subscribe, and
Entertainment.
Alright, here we go.
The video. Hey there. So today I want to return to that wonderful world of entertainment.
First of all, let me just stop and say it's funny that for the first time there's information coming out that has been there. It's been available. No one's actually had it because the people who've been putting stuff out online didn't have it. And it was funny because yesterday, yesterday before Nick's basically saying, why don't you guys release it? And it's like, dude, it's your document, it's your letterhead. Why don't you release it? Anyways, we'll get to that in a minute.
This is an entertaining subject indeed. Now, when I was looking at this at first, I thought, man, I cannot believe that someone would try to promote this as something they were served. But yeah, that's actually what a Shane Holmberg did. I think...
Well, so, not exactly. And it's not my fault that the point went straight over your head. You know, it really isn't my fault it went over your head. What I exactly said was, in order to appease Ty, I'm taking back calling Nick a piece of shit, and I referenced one of the things that was in there. I never once said this was specifically sent to me. My only error was calling it a C&D, which no matter what you end up calling it, no matter what the title of it is, the fact of the matter is this thing was sent at the exact date and time I said it was sent. It had the exact same content I said was in it, and the only thing anyone wanted to go over was the fact of what's the official title of it. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares what the title of it is? It's a document that was sent, and everyone arguing about the name of the title is just distracting from the fact that this is what they're spending the money on. So let's continue.
I think that makes this important. I think some of the damage control method, I think that makes it important too. And I think the source that it actually came from makes this important within the discussion as well. Now, before getting into this, I want to thank Amber Valkyrie for putting this thread together, because without it, a lot of people would not have seen it. Why? Because it didn't come from those normal subjects that you think. It came from Shane Holmberg, but it didn't come from some playground that you expect. Nope, it came from his Discord. If you were like me when you saw the idea of a Shane's Discord and you thought, what in God's name does that exist for? Yeah, well, I think the answer for that is because of ego and because of backpats. You have someone that says they have control over it.
Alright, well, let's stop this for a second. First of all, it wasn't my idea. I was actually invited to Nick's Discord, and there's Twitter screenshots showing me being invited to Nick's Discord, someone basically being like, hey, $5, and I'm like, fuck that shit. Fuck $5. I can do this shit for freaking 5 seconds, and everyone can come to my own fucking Discord and ask questions. And it was a joke at first, but, you know, sure enough, what ended up happening was the first mods that came in just so happened to be I Stand With Vic mods. You know, they did great, and I added a couple of KickVic mods just to make it fair, and the server has thrived in the last couple of days. At this point, I haven't been kicking anyone. I haven't been making the rules. I haven't even been setting up the mods. The KickVic or the I Stand With Vic mods are doing all that. They're in control of this shit, and so this idea that I'm the one that's in power, anyone that's in the Discord can basically tell you I don't really do shit in this Discord. I talk. you know, it's got to be fucking embarrassing to come in and have someone from your own side be the one who kicks you out of a server. But, you know, I digress.
Vic, they have control over. I stand with Vic. Basically, as long as you're there, as long as you pop up, they get to decide whether or not you stay. Now, they say that this place is for everybody, too. They say that you can come in and look at documents, discuss things, and on. But I've seen a few people kicked out in a cocaine heartbeat because some of those
Cocaine heartbeat.
moderators, yeah, I would never, ever want them in charge of something. But hey, you know, Shane's world. Shane's world indeed. So this was documented.
So, and on that record, so there's been a lot of growing pains because some of the I Stand With Vic mods have been going through and updating all the Discord settings, updating plugins, and at one point yesterday, I gave everyone access to the Thanos bot, and one of them said, hey, the Thanos bot needs admin rights, and so I said, sure, there you go, and a short time later, I went off to run some errands, and I came back, and apparently someone hit the snap button, and it was an I Stand With Vic mod who hit the snap button, and it wiped half the server. It wasn't me. I wasn't even there. I found out about it later.
Documentation that came from that place. And well, you can see a few screenshots here that are put together. Some of them he did upload sideways like that.
It's funny he's not talking about the fact that me of all people, and not all the YouTubers, not Nick, no one else, that I'm the one who actually posted this stuff. This is stuff sent out by Beard. Why weren't you guys told about this back when this was sent out a month and a half ago? Interesting.
So when they were uploaded by Amber Valkyrie, yeah, just uploaded exactly the way he put them together. These were things, again, he was claiming that he was sent himself. And when you look through this, I mean, if you look at some of the statements, it gives it away right off the bat. First of all, the dates involved actually can showcase who some of these people are. You know, this is almost off of the beginning. You're talking about 9 days after this stuff, it really started.
I've actually already said that these were sent to Ron numerous times in Discord and on Twitter. I've said it. I've also said that these were actually sent out to numerous different people on the same date. But he's going to ignore that because it didn't help the narrative he's trying to spin.
Starts up, and you're talking about 7 after the Kick Vic stuff sets up. But you can see the statements about him assaulting 4 people I love, talking about Vic. I can't speak to all the accounts of people who have come forward with their personal experiences with Vic, but I know with 100% certainty he assaulted 4 people I love. I am sorry to all those people he has hurt, and I stand with the victims. Now, when you see statements like that, you kind of get a feel for who this person is. You know that they, at least even on the outside, say you didn't know who it was, you would know that this person is either directly connected to voice actors or they're right there on the periphery, not like a Shane, but there's somebody who, forgive the wording, but they matter in regard to this. You can see some of these other comments too, and I thought that some of them that come later, I actually flipped some of this over. I thought that they were the most telling, like these here. Now you'll have to forgive the blurriness. These are not my pictures, so I did not upload them blurry, but you can see comments about Monica did nothing wrong. That effing piece of shit did. I think that kind of gave away the source for this too. And well, you see the commentary about Vic Mignogna stealing money.
All right, so hold on. So this is exactly what was my problem with Nick in the first place. So I make a post about this, and I allude to the statement that he's got on the screen right now. And the basic statement was, you know, Mr. Mignogna is not a piece of shit. That is another name for feces. That's impossible for... I mean, that's the shit, and I posted about that. And trust me, they knew what I was saying when I posted it. And later on down the thread at some point, someone said, what was it? And I said a C&D. And, you know, you don't want to call it a C&D. You don't have to call it a C&D. It could be anything. I don't know. Call it a piece of paper for retractions that they were sent out or disputing. And you can do whatever you want. And you can spend all your time disputing the name of this document. And what they're not doing is disputing the contents of this document. And this is the dumbest shit ever. A defamation statement based on the fact of someone calling someone else a piece of shit. I mean, seriously, is that what it is? Do I have to go back to Tyler the Creator and remind everyone cyberbullying, how the fuck is that a thing? Fucking close your eyes and walk away from the fucking screen. And that is basically what all this most of this is about, is someone being upset because they were bullied online. I mean, that's the way that this reads to me.
Money from fans talking about a certain GoFundMe. Yeah, I think that gives away the source too. Also, you could tell that this wasn't Shane's because, well, look at these pictures here. I mean, when we look at this, there's a few marks on the upholstery of whatever this is setting on. But, well, if you look at that background there, it doesn't look exactly like I remember Shane's house looking. Quite the opposite, in fact. I mean, you see...
Dude, what a freaking creeper. It's like creepers like studying my house. I mean, that's like fucking disturbing.
Sunlight getting in. There looks like there might actually be a little hope dwelling in this place. Yeah, doesn't actually look like something that I recognize from there at all. Moreover, I mean, you see the cleanliness of this, the way that that's put together. Again, maybe that's mean of me to say about Shane, but yeah, when I looked at that set,
walk away, they're mean to
I
me.
don't think that, well, that looks like his setup. And when we're talking about litigation and lawsuit,
These guys spend way too much time, like, in this.
and that would say that Shane would also have to be important enough to get this. Now, after all of this stuff comes up, after all of this is exposed in discussion, he starts talking about how it actually was said to not exist at all. Shane says the documents that are Nick, he pretends that they are not there, and yet, well, I have them. How embarrassing. Now,
It is pretty embarrassing, Nick, and I'm sorry that, for once, you're not in control of the narrative all the time.
Body that is kept up with any of this stuff at all knows what these documents are. They can recognize.
I gotta pause for this screenshot right here. Top litigation firm in Texas. I mean, damn, these guys are impressive.
Them outright. They know when they came up as well. I remember talking about this.
Yeah, and so it's funny. This tweet right here on the screen, Wiretie and Nick asked me to release documents they sent. So on the stream the other night, last night or the night before, they're basically saying, hey, if you've got stuff, just release it. We're going to get into discovery anyways. Why the fuck are you asking me to release something that you sent out to the defendants? Why am I releasing it? You guys are the ones who've been wanting everything to be public. Kamea context, whatever little piece of information you guys have, ends up somehow online. Not every piece, but there's a whole bunch of stuff that like ends up being private, or people argue about whether it's private, and ends up coming up and getting thrown out there on Nick's stream. And constantly, nonstop, cherry picking pieces of the story, pieces in the information, and putting it out there for the world to try to bolster a case and, ridicule the defendants. And here we are with this document that's been sitting there for a month and a half that they sent out. Why the fuck, when they sent this out, when I made that original post, all Nick had to do was say, Shane is full of shit. This is not a cease and desist. Shane is full of shit. Here is what he is talking about. And the fact of the matter is he didn't do that. The fact of the matter is he just basically said there was no cease and desist sent and ignored it. Basically took these documents that existed out there and didn't talk about them. And so a month and a half later, I eventually did.
Subject. I, of course, didn't have the documents because Ron isn't leaking me documents, but I did have the notice that Ron had gotten them because Ron, well, he keeps talking and talking and talking. And Ty Beard had talked about when this documentation would come up. Now, we have Shane Holmberg trying to spin this as a cease and desist letter. But what did he?
He is obsessed with me, seriously. I mean, they
obsessed with you.
I think they seriously want the cock.
We already know about it. Again, I did two
My wife says you can't have it, sorry.
videos on this stuff. Maybe Shane should take a minute when he's trying to spin something for people out there to look back.
Posting like these documents, I mean, I didn't spin, I posted them. Here's the documents. Here you go. Have fun with this. That's not spin, that's truth.
To see exactly.
You're just pissed off because you didn't have it first.
publicly when this comes up. But then again, we know who this is spun for. Again, we know.
Have you
that
noticed how
Ron
long it's
is
taken him to
involved.
drag out this
And I
video
always
to
ask
say that
myself,
Ron was
what
involved?
exactly
I mean, 10
certain
minutes of
people
trying to
have
drag
to
out that this
gain
really
by
went to
going
Ron.
to bat for
I mean,
people
the
like
shit.
Ron. Now, Shane, we know a lot about him. We know, for example, that he has wanted to have a con for a long time. He's tried to have that, but it's been, well, go and look it up. You did.
All right, well, so first and foremost, that was the dumbest thing for Tug to ever say. Sorry, that's the dumbest thing for him to say on the face of the earth. There are documented records of me doing cons going back like almost 20 years. My name is on the board at some cons. I have been the staff head leads of departments for cons. There's documented proof that I was the director of operations for a con for years, and before that I was an operation manager for years. So Shane's been trying to run successful cons. Fuck you. I've been running successful cons long before you ever realized what the fuck a con was. And my con now, the fucking shit I do now is fucking successful. I mean, you just don't understand what the fuck you're talking about, and that's fine. You're just jumping onto this anime Vic situation because you want to make some subscribers, and this is the best way, and you saw Daddy Nick doing it, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, me too. And Comic Gate failed you, and, you know, you got bashed around by Ren, and you're upset. But you know what? Stay in your fucking lane, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Decide exactly how successful it's been. So when you have somebody like Ron,
Know your fucking role.
Who gave Kameyacon $25,000, was pressuring them behind.
He never actually gave them any money. He never actually signed a contract with Kameyacon. They never actually had a deal in place. They were working on a deal, and Ron backed out. But, you know,
the scenes. But hey,
that's going to be a different video.
Desperation will allow you to actors pop up on your flat. Would you make yourself look like a fool? Would you allow yourself to be manipulated?
Well, considering the fact this entire thing, you're looking like a fucking fool. You know, seriously, I did. You know, let me just like fast forward to this. Like when I originally watched part of this, it was because Chambers had done a video on this, a video response, and I watched her video response last night. I watched parts of her video response, and it was a pretty good video response. And as everyone knows, me and Chambers have never been on the same side. In this situation, you know, I was like, hey, you know, whatever, like, let me watch it. You know, I've had talks with her. You know, we realize we're not completely as far apart, you know, on things once you actually become reasonable. But, you know, Tug is fucking, like, annoying me. Like, his voice is just, like, fucking hideous at this point. It is gross. It's like, and he's just basically, and the problem is, he's in the fucking Discord. He's in the Discord. He could have fucking messaged me at any time and basically asked a question and say, Shane, can you tell us about these documents? Shane, can you tell us about... He didn't. He went and fucking, like, threw down a video, like, with all these accusations, especially about cons. Like, fucking, Jesus Christ, man. How fucking stupid are you? How fucking stupid are you to make a dumbass statement like that? You know, and
to the same
the voice is fucking annoying. So, anyways... So I'm done with this, and this is the first live stream. I just wanted to, you know, drop this down and make a comment about this because this was some of the dumbest shit I ever said. You know, that, you know, I shouldn't have said cease and desist. My fault. You know, I threw a random title on it. It doesn't distract from the fact that of what's in the document. And what's in the document is what people are trying to distract you from. You know, stupid, you know, caring about what the fucking name of the document is. It's a fucking document. It was fucking sent out. It was sent out exactly on the date and time that I said it was sent out. It was sent out to the people that I told people it was sent out to. Like, you guys are fucking insane. You guys are fucking insane. And you guys are so in over your head in this entire situation. And I don't support cyberbullying, but in this situation, just going back to Tyler, you know, just... Oh my God, you can't be a piece of shit. I'm sorry, Nick, for every time I called you a piece of shit, because now, after seeing this document, I realize that a person cannot literally be a piece of shit. Tug, I'm sorry calling you a piece of shit. You cannot literally be a piece of shit. Physically, metaphorically, you're a piece of shit for this video. You know, and I even stood up for you once against Kickback. When that shit came up about your daughter, I was right there standing up for you, telling everyone to leave families out of it. And later on, you know, I start hearing some of the truth about it, but I fucking stood up for you, you know. And I guess that's what happens when people jump the gun and don't check their facts. And so, my bad, my mistake. So anyways, I'm going to leave this here. Guys, check out the Discord if you want to check out the Discord. It's in my Twitter profile. If you fuck up, it's going to be probably someone from your own side that kicks you out. But anyways, you guys, like, have a good day. We'll do another video later. We're going to do some live stream debates on the Discord channel so you can hear your favorite friends yelling at each other. And it's going to be great. Just don't bring up Kavanaugh, because that shit is fucking lit when that kind of argument happens, because people start throwing around things like "go suck conservative cock," and that was just a moment to live for. So anyways, we'll talk to you guys later. Have fun.